What's up, guys? Welcome back to Chemical Guys Detail Garage Dirty Shorts. In the last episode, we washed my car and then we hit all of the forgotten details, the places that people just forget to hit, like the gas cap, etc. If you missed that episode, go back, check it out. We'll wait for you. We'll be here. We're going to detail just in 1 second. You've reached the long form of the Dirty Shorts. If you're looking for the short version, the 30-second to 1 minute version, click right up here. Make sure you subscribe to this channel so you know whenever we launch stuff, Monday, Wednesday, Friday. Funny thing happened to me after washing the car, and I noticed that my windshield wipers were kind of sticking a little bit on the windshield. There was a lot of contamination, and you know what? Instead of me explaining it, let me just show you with this dramatization.
So this is what happened, okay? I'm just gonna start from the beginning. Basically, I left work and I had a microphone on my chest, as I always do, and I walk up to my car and I see, oh my gosh, what is on my windshield? There was contamination everywhere. The windshield wipers, what the heck? Basically shredded at that point. So what I ended up doing was I get inside my car and I try to use the wipers and it's just dragging on the surface. Like, it's making a crazy noise. You can feel the contamination is just sticking. And I turn to my right and there's Christian, my coworker, and he says, yo man, these wipers don't look so good. And I said, well, it's not like we work for chemicalguys. He immediately struck me in the teeth and knocked some sense into me. And I said, all right, we do.
So as you can see, there was a lot going on that day, and so much so that my windshield wipers actually ripped off, the rubber ripped off the edge, which is not great. These are brand new replacements, but we don't want that to happen again. So I'm going to treat my windshield with some Hydroslick. We want to give it a ceramic coating so that all this contamination just slides right off. Now the only thing is, you can't just put a ceramic on top of a dirty glass, because if you do that, you're just essentially sealing in all of those contaminations, because all you're going to be doing is sealing in all of the contaminants below the ceramic coating. So what we need to do is make sure this windshield is crispy clean before we do anything. So I brought out Wipeout. Wipeout is a surface cleanser spray that is super strong, and this actually is so strong that it strips off previous waxes, glazes, and sealants. So when I tend to use this is right before I'm about to ceramic. If I've already washed the car and maybe it sat out, got some dust on it or something, you know, I haven't directly gone to a ceramic coating from my wash, I'll use some Wipeout just to make sure that I got everything off of the car. So in this particular case, you could use it on your paint if you were going to apply it to your paint, but you could also use it on your glass, which is what we're doing today. So I'm going to just spray a little bit of this Wipeout onto the surface, let that sit for a second, grab my Workhorse microfiber towel, and basically just wipe down in linear motions here. Look at that, we actually have some dirt on there. So we're gonna make sure the windshield is crystal clear as much as possible before we get to the next phase here. And that next phase, if you were wondering, do you know what the next phase is? Let's Blue's Clues it. What's the next phase after I wipe down the surface, guys? What we're about to do is put a ceramic coating on here. So there's one specific thing that you should definitely be doing. We gotta clay it, guys. We gotta clay it. So even though the surface is nice and clean now, thanks to Wipeout, we are still going to clay this because there's probably some embedded contaminants inside the glass, which is what's causing the windshield wipers to really stick and make weird sounds. So I'm gonna grab my clay bar and be right back. All right, guys, so we've got the clay luber and the clay bar. Today I've chosen to go with the medium clay bar. Now the reason I'm going with the medium is because I feel like the light is just a little too light for the level of contamination that I felt with my hands on the glass. So the best indicator for you is to basically touch the surface and see how much dirt and grime is actually embedded in the surface, and that will help you determine which clay bar you should go with. If you really feel some heavy stuff, you go with the heavy clay bar. As you can hear, we're still in an active construction zone here since last episode. I don't know what's going on, but we're gonna make it work. So I formed this guy into a little patty here. We're just gonna wait for this guy to back it up. He's just gonna back it up. So now that we formed this into a nice little patty, what I'm gonna do is grab my clay luber, set this guy to spray zone, spray the patty a little bit, spray the windshield, And then I'm gonna just start rubbing back and forth, making sure to use a lot of lube. You always wanna use the lube, guys. Just like your paint, you could cause some marring on your glass. Not as much, I don't think, but it's better to be safe than sorry, and just always use the lube. Every situation in life. This is a tough area to hit, so I'm leftying it right now. I'm gonna go around to the other side of the car. As you can see here, I don't know if you can tell, but there's some contamination on this already. Little black marks and yellow marks and stuff. So we're just gonna fold that over and create a new patty and continue on this side. So the good news is we are picking up all the contamination that I felt before. The bad news is that there's still contamination. So we're gonna keep claying this guy. Linear motions back and forth, a couple lubes. It's very, very easy to clay pretty much anything. The same process goes for your paint, although we will, you know what, we'll do an episode on the paint specifically next time. But today we're just going on the glass, and this is feeling pretty smooth. You'll start to feel it yourself. Anytime you feel it drag a little bit, you just make sure to add a little bit more LUBER. But eventually it should feel very smooth. This is feeling way, way smoother than it was before. And I think we're basically done. So yeah, put that to the side, and I'm gonna grab a clean microfiber towel and just wipe the surface down. All that LUBER coming right off onto the towel here. Next step, guys, you grab your bottle of Hydroslick. Now, Hydroslick is a ceramic coating hyperwax. The reason it's called a hyperwax is because it has ceramic properties in it, but it goes on like a wax. It's the first ever hyperwax. Have you ever put butter wet wax on your paint? Super easy, right? You just squirt a couple drops onto your applicator, rub that in, and you're done. It's the same thing with this. Hydroslick is so easy to use, I'm gonna show you how to do it right now. So you shake the bottle up just to mix it up, make sure everything is good to go inside. Open up the cap, you put a couple drops on here. I'm gonna put about 4 drops onto my microfiber applicator here. Just a couple little gels. You can see that, little gel balls, right? It's a very interesting product. Then you're gonna blotch it out on the surface, right? To just give it make sure you get an even coat across your surface. And at that point, you're gonna, using a cross-hatching pattern, go across in one direction, come down, split 50% of your last pass to make sure that you get everything evenly coated, and just continue like that across the entire surface. Once you've done that one way, you can go back down and go top to bottom the same way to make sure that there's no high spots left and that you've definitely hit every single spot of your glass. While we wait for that side to cure for 30 seconds to 2 minutes, I'm gonna do the other side and then we'll buff it off. You guys can see it's very easy to spread this around, making sure that you get even coverage across the entire windshield. And it's that easy. We're done. We just applied a ceramic onto our windshield. And then the final step after letting this sit for a minute is to just simply buff it off. So you grab a clean microfiber towel and just wipe off all of the ceramic that we just put on here. Whatever is cured onto the surface is cured at this point. Everything we're taking off right now is just excess product. So, and that's it, guys. Your glass is now coated, it's super slick, super smooth, and you've got ceramic here. And now these blades should easily glide over that. Contamination won't stick as easily, and you're just gonna have a better time driving because of your visibility increase and pretty much just knowing that your car is protected. Now, as a bonus step, I'm gonna pull out some Hydro View. Hydroslick should last up to 12 months on the surface of your glass, so you really don't have to do that process more than once or maybe twice a year if you really want to. In order to boost the ceramic properties from time to time, like it will get a little dirty, you will get some stuff on the glass, we use Hydro View. Hydro View is a ceramic glass cleaner. So what this is going to do is it's going to remove all of the contamination that's on here, light, dust, dirt, and debris. If it's heavy, you do want a clay bar like we did in the beginning. But if it's light, use the glass cleaner. And this is also going to provide extra ceramic properties to your glass. So it'll just boost what we just did with the Hydroslick, which is awesome. This is super easy to use. You literally spray the surface and you just wipe down with a clean microfiber towel. And we just added a boost of protection to my driver's side here. One of the best glass cleaners on the market, and this is just like the clearest you'll ever see your glass. It's that easy, guys. It's that easy to clay the surface of your windshield, your glass. The same process works on your headlights. The same process works on your paint. You could really use Hydroslick anywhere, anytime. It is an awesome ceramic. Probably my favorite ceramic that we have here. And we're good. This looks amazing. It looks slick. I can put these windshield wipers back down and these are going to slide and remove all the liquid and dirt that comes along on my daily drive. So thanks for sticking around. Hit that subscribe button, hit the like button, and we'll see you next time on the next episode of Dirty Shorts.